Subject English, Standard 4th. Hello students, my name is Shruti Nanaware. And today we are going to study the chapter The Ugly Duckling. Students, now I'll read the lesson, then we will start with the explanation. So listen it carefully. The Ugly Duckling. Mother Duck was really proud of her 6 new ducklings. They were soft, fluffy, and yellow. Such fine little ducklings, but the 7th one was very different. He was bigger and its feathers were grey and shaggy. It looked so ugly. Now, in this lesson, Mother Duck was very proud of her 6 new ducklings. Duckling means baby ducks. They were soft, fluffy, and yellow. Now, they were really soft and beautiful. Mother was proud of these ducklings, but the 7th one was different. It was bigger and the feathers were grey and shaggy. Now, shaggy means it had thick hair and it looked ugly. We'll begin with the next paragraph. All the same, Mother Duck thought, "It's my baby duckling." She loved it dearly, but the other 6 brothers and sisters didn't like the ugly duckling. When it waddled towards them, they turned their backs and ran away. Now Mother Duck thought to herself, though the 7th duckling was grey and shaggy, it is her baby, so she loved it dearly. But the other 6 brothers and sisters of this ugly duckling not like this duckling, because it was ugly. Whenever the ugly duckling waddled, now waddled means went towards them, they turned their back and ran away. Meanings are shaggy. Shaggy means long and untidy. Means having long thick hair and it looked very untidy. Second is waddled. Waddled means walk with short steps, moving from side to side. The ugly ducklings would go for a swim every day to a lake nearby. The ugly duckling wanted to join the others, but they didn't want him. They always swam away from him. He was left all alone. Now the little duckling would go for a swim every day to a lake nearby. The ugly duckling also wanted to join the others. But what happened? His brothers and sisters would not like the ugly duckling to join them, so they swam away from him and left him all alone. Next paragraph. The ugly duckling swam better than the other ducklings, which did not please them at all. They teased him about his ugliness. His only friend was his mother. Other ducks told his mother, "All your ducklings are smart, but this big fellow looks so ugly." Why he is so ugly? His mother only said, "He is mine and I love him too." Now the ugly duckling swam better than the other ducklings, but the other ducklings did not like this, so they kept on teasing the ugly duckling about his ugliness, and the only friend that the duckling had was his mother. Now everyone asked his mother why the 7th duckling is so ugly and others look so beautiful. But his mother answered that no matter how the 7th duckling was, he is mine and I love him too. At last, feeling very lonely and sad, the ugly duckling decided to leave the lake. He made his way to the river's edge and swam away with the river. Now, listening to all this and seeing what is happening, the duckling was very sad. So he decided to leave the lake and he went away to the river which was nearby. Whenever the poor duckling tried to seek shelter, he found that he was always ridiculed by others. Smaller birds, animals, even human beings poked fun at him. He became lonelier and more miserable. Now here we see that this poor duckling, he went and tried to seek shelter. Now shelter means a place to stay. But he did not find anything according to his will because people ridiculed. Now ridicule means what? To say something bad about it. Even the birds, animals, and human beings spoke bad things about the duckling. They poked fun at him. Poke fun at him means to make fun of someone. So here the duckling was treated badly by the people. He became lonelier and miserable. He was alone. He felt unhappy and uncomfortable. Meanings: shelter, a place to stay. Second, seek, to find out or to get. Third, ridiculed, saying something bad about someone. Miserable, extremely sad. By and by he grew bigger and stronger, but whenever he looked at his own reflection, he thought, I look so ugly. He was afraid to look at his own reflection. He hid himself if he saw anyone coming. Now here the poor duckling was growing bigger and stronger, but whenever the duckling saw its reflection, he thought, I look so ugly. So much so that he was afraid to look at his own reflection. Now reflection means to see your own image. Now this duckling would swim in the river, so he saw his own reflection in the water. He was scared to see his own reflection, and when he saw someone coming, he hid himself. Meanings. Once again we will see the meanings. Reflection. Reflection means to see your own image. One day when he was hiding among the reeds, he saw a flock of graceful white swans swim past. They were the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. How wonderful to be like them, he said to himself. Now one day when he was hiding among the reeds, here reeds means very soft, thin, small grass-like plants. And when he saw a flock of graceful white swans, they were swimming. And when he saw those swans, the thought that came to his mind was that they are so beautiful birds and how wonderful to be like them, he said to himself. Next, then came winter with cold winds and snow. Without any shelter, the poor duckling was frozen in the snow. A kind man saw him. He broke the snow and saved the duckling. Now it was winter and it was very cold and snowfall was happening. Now the duckling did not have any shelter, any place to hide himself. The poor duckling was frozen in the snow. It was covered with snow. At that time, a kind man, saw him, and he broke the snow and saved the duckling. Let's see the meanings. Reeds means soft, thin, small, grass-like plants. Graceful means beautiful and smooth in movements. Soon it was spring. The duckling had now gained a lot of strength. Again he found his way to the river's edge and swam further away. Now it was spring season. Spring season means a season which comes in between winter and summer. During this season, the trees grows, new leaves and new flowers appear on the trees. Now the duckling had become strong, so it swam to a river's edge nearby, meaning spring, the season between winter and summer when flowers appear on the trees. One fine morning, when he flapped his wings against his sides, he rose high into the air. He flew on and on till he found himself in a beautiful, fragrant garden. From a thicket close by came three beautiful white swans, rustling their feathers and gliding lightly over the smooth water. Now we see here that one morning when he flapped his wings against the sides, flap means to move the wings up and down and trying to fly. What happened? He rose high into the air. He started flying and he flew on and on till he found himself in a beautiful fragrant garden. That means he came to a garden with lovely flowers with beautiful fragrance from a thicket close by. Now you know what is thicket. Thicket means a place where many trees and bushes grow together in one place. So from thicket close by came three beautiful white swans. Now these swans were so beautiful and they were rustling their feathers and gliding lightly over the smooth water. Now, what is the meaning of gliding? Gliding means they were flying but without moving their wings. The duck remembered the lovely birds. He was afraid to meet them, but he felt a strange longing to be with them. He made up his mind to approach them, no matter how badly they treated him later on. Now, when the duckling saw these beautiful swans, it wanted to meet these birds, though he was afraid to meet them. But he was scared that they may too throw him away, saying that he was ugly. But the duckling wanted to meet the swans somehow, so he made up his mind and approached them. Approach them means he went close to them and he thought to himself, no matter what happens, even if they treat me badly, I want to meet them. So he went to meet them. Students, let's see the meanings. Flap means to move the wings up and down while flying. Fragrant means having a pleasant smell. Thicket means dense or thick growth. Rustling means making a light or soft sound. Gliding to fly smoothly without moving the wings. Approach to go near something or someone. He swam towards the beautiful birds and bowed his head down to the surface of water. And what did he see in the clear stream below? His own image, no longer a dark grey, ugly, but a graceful and a beautiful swan. The other swan swam around the newcomer and welcomed him. Now, here in this paragraph, we see that these beautiful birds were there around the place, and so the duckling went swimming to these birds and bowed his head to the surface of water. What did he see? He saw his own image, and to his surprise, he was no longer a dark grey and ugly, but a graceful and a beautiful bird. He was a swan, and the other swan swam around this newcomer and they welcomed him. Now he was very happy. Now let's see what happens next. The bird that lived a miserable life as an ugly duckling was a swan after all. He curved his slender neck and cried joyfully from the depth of his heart. I never dreamed of such happiness as this while I was an ugly duckling. Now this bird was very happy because it lived a miserable life of an ugly duckling, and everyone would talk rubbish and bad about this duckling. Now he saw that he was changed into a beautiful swan, and so joyfully he cried from the depth of his heart, and he was very happy that he was no more an ugly duckling. Meanings: slender means thin in an attractive way. So, students, hope you have understood this lesson. Till then, keep learning and stay safe. Thank you.